real-time strategy games and console systems have a reputation of mixing as well together as oil and water, Supreme Commander 2 proves that the combination can work if done right. Featuring an intuitive control scheme, simplified base building, and an emphasis on combat instead of resource gathering, the game improves on its Xbox 360 predecessor in every way. It's not perfect, but armchair generals and sofa cushion overlords alike will enjoy leading their armies to victory. The simple narrative follows three factions, the United Earth Federation, the Aeon Illuminate, and the Cybran Nation, across three distinct campaigns spanning 6 levels apiece. You'll control a commander from each army as they follow specific orders or, in some cases, go against issued directives. Rather than rely on drawn-out cutscenes, the story is primarily told through brief, in-game communications between your commander's friends, fellow soldiers, and family members. This gives the characters you control some personality, and you'll look forward to seeing what's in store for the next mission.
This behavior will not be tolerated.
The single-player portion of Supreme Commander 2 consists of 18 linear missions divided equally across the three factions. Each mission features primary, secondary, and hidden objectives that will increase your score and encourage repeat visits to improve on your totals. There are 3 difficulty settings for each campaign, but veterans of the genre should immediately jump into the hardest level. Even then, the AI isn't particularly adept at varying its tactics, so once you've seen a few waves of its attack patterns, you'll know precisely what's needed to mount a counter-assault. While the campaign does a fine job of acclimating you to the controls and units found in each faction, the heart of the game, as with most real-time strategy titles, lies in its skirmish mode. Here, you'll be able to choose the number and types of opponents, including a turtling AI for those who want some breathing room when starting a match, one of 20 maps, and the victory conditions. Key game types include Assassin, where the goal is to eliminate each rival's armored command unit, and Supremacy, which has you going for the traditional burn everything to the ground route. Xbox Live owners can engage in private games, ranked one-on-one battles, or standard matches for 2-on-2 skirmishes in either 3- or 4-player free-for-alls. Online play is generally smooth, but the puzzling lack of matchmaking support for 2-on-2 skirmishes means you'll be grouped with random people instead of friends. Controls are easily the biggest sticking point when trying to adapt computer-friendly real-time strategy games to consoles. The highest compliment you can give Supreme Commander 2 is that you won't shake your fist at the screen or try to set a new personal best for controller tossing. Nearly every controller function is put to good use. Supreme Commander 2 boasts a strategic zoom feature that lets you decide how much of the battlefield you see at once, and it works effortlessly. Simply pull the right stick down and the camera will continuously move back until you see the entire map, with individual units represented by colored triangles or squares. Since the camera is fast, it's a great way to quickly determine whether your formations are moving according to plan. There are no windows to navigate, no stacks of icons to hunt through, and no other traces of a traditional computer-controlled interface. Units are selected from an intuitive radial menu and can be quickly queued up at a factory, told where to move, given a command to patrol, and so forth in mere seconds. Even large groups of multiple unit types can effectively be managed simply by tapping a button or two. While the controls aren't quite as precise or as flexible as what you'll find with a mouse and keyboard, they are surprisingly effective. Supreme Commander 2 features a mix of air, naval, and ground units to build your army, which grows stronger over time as units stay alive and earn experience. This is not a game where you have to spend an inordinate amount of time micromanaging units to make sure they're ferrying supplies to your base. That's because there is no base. You simply have your mobile armored command unit, a few factories, and various support structures, such as shield generators or radar stations. The economy is limited to collecting mass and energy. The former involves building a harvest facility over designated areas, while the latter can be automatically generated anywhere on land. No fuss, no muss. Easily, the game's most important structure is the Research Lab, which unlocks a series of tech trees to enhance your existing units or structures, build new unit types, and so forth. Each upgrade costs a varying number of research points, which are earned through combat or accumulated over time. The variety of research choices is a big part of what makes the game fun to play. Yet the gameplay's most glaring flaw is an AI that has more trouble following direct routes than a New York City cab driver. Build structures too close to one another, and units will get stuck, and you can't rotate buildings to help emerging units find their way. If you order an army to attack a key area, you'll invariably discover that some units decide to take the scenic route. Vibrantly colored robots stomp, swivel, and shoot at other vibrantly colored robots in Supreme Commander 2. While the core unit types and structures are somewhat generic looking, They are fun to watch in battle, thanks to the game's lighting effects and details such as smoke trails from rockets or missile launchers, planes that plummet and crash into the ground, and thunderous explosions. The Transformers-like experimental units you'll build add some flavor to the battlefield, from a bipedal behemoth named King Cryptor to the cybernetic reptile affectionately known as Cybranosaurus Rex.
You think those fat boys are gonna stop me?
Thanks mainly to the simplified economy and streamlined controls, Supreme Commander 2 evades the stigma associated with the RTS genre on consoles, providing more evidence that real-time strategy games can not only work outside the PC, but potentially flourish as well.